Career that started in 1966, Charlie, my understanding is you're still playing today.
Yeah, I probably play, this year I'll probably play one or two games. There's a competition in the Masters that is for over 65, so at my age that suits me a bit better.
And can I ask what that age is?
I'll be 71 this year.
Wow, so turning 71 this year, the year you were turning 21, you played some representative football, and the reason I know that is because we found this picture in our archives. What can you tell us about this team?
Oh God, yeah, that's some good memories from that. That was a fantastic team. There's a lot of blokes in there that went on to play some really good football, and I was quite privileged to be part of that at the time. I was only, like I said, 21 and pretty young, but yeah, there's Gordon Hynes in the back there, who obviously most people know played with Geelong. Alan Woodman, and I think in this photo, Alan Woodman would have been 16 years old.
Oh, right.
Playing, yeah, I think he was at Bannockburn at the time, and none of us knew him, but we certainly knew him after the carnival. He was an outstanding footballer.
Right. Well, before we delve into some of the other names, we should probably explain to the viewers which team we're talking about. So here right above the GDFL offices, we have a framed photo of the Geelong District Football League combined team. So I guess my generation would know it as the interleague team, or
correct,
interstate would call it representative football sides. And you won, what was the tournament? I believe this took place in Ballarat in 1974.
Correct. I think we played at Clunes, if my memory serves me correct. And at that point, we were in the minor, what they call the minor championship division. There was a major championship and a minor. I can't remember what year we got elevated, but it may have been after that year. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, it was. It was like I said, it was a great team.
So the concept of the tournament, was this all the leagues in country Victoria?
All the leagues in country Victoria either played in the major or the minor, and it was. I think we played 3 games that year. Won the first 2, and then played in the final, and obviously won that. So.
Yeah. The camaraderie of the team. I know 50 years is a long time between drinks, but I'm sure there are a few memorable moments out at Clunes.
The bus trip home was very memorable. I remember I had to go to work the next day, and it was a bit of an effort to try and get out of bed. Yeah, it was a different time. Culture of football was a bit different back then than what it is today, and all of the blokes that are in that photo, I have fond memories of.
Yep. You mentioned 2 very big names just earlier, Hynes and Woodman.
Yep.
One's coming off of a successful VFL career, and one's, I suppose, inspired by yourself to then go on and make it himself. What were they like on the field as teammates?
Very, like I said, Alan Woodman, we didn't know him at all. I mean, we just knew him as a kid from Bannockburn, who they thought had a bit of potential. Gary Hickey, who was, Mick Hickey, who was the selector, was actually coach of the Barn Football Club at the time. And I remember him talking to me about him, and he said his kid's going to go places, and he certainly did. And he was outstanding in the carnival.
Yeah. Yourself, what were you like as a player back in the day? We all know you're a top golfer, but we'll put that aside. I think if you're still playing 50 years later, that tells me that as a 20-and-a-half-year-old, you must have gone all right back in the day.
Back then, I was okay. Yeah. At 21, I was still very fit, naturally fit, and able to compete at that level. Probably let myself go a little bit in the few years after that, and I wish I hadn't now. Times are a great, I suppose my one regret in football was that I never really pursued it like I did in Masters. When I started playing Masters, in my opinion, I became a better footballer.
Yep.
So, when you're young and stupid, you do silly things, and probably cost me any hope I had of playing any better football than what I did.
Yeah. So there you had it. You played alongside Gordon Hynes, Alan Woodman, up in Clunes, and you brought. I don't know. Was there a trophy, or was it just bragging rights back for
I can't remember, to be honest. I think there was a trophy, but I can't remember seeing it. This photo was actually taken out in front of St Mary's, I think. I don't remember the trophy. No.
Yeah. I guess I'd like to finish off, unless you've got any other reflections to share, with a very important question for our generation. This week would usually be Interleague week, where we'd be training at perhaps a North Geelong or a Bellpost Hill, and we'd be ready to take on North Central or the Central Highlands League or something. Unfortunately, it's becoming a foreign concept. We haven't had it. Do you feel like Interleague should return?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's a reward for footballers who are a cut above what the standard is, and it's a great spectacle. When you watch an interleague game as opposed to a normal game, you really see some class and stuff that you probably wouldn't see every day in a normal game. Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed that it returns, but until then, we're going to keep looking back on the memories like these.
Yeah, that's fantastic. A lot of, fortunately, there's a few blokes that aren't with us anymore from here, but that happens after 50 years, I suppose.